So you got to understand the importance of never ever listening to a woman. Not a single word that comes out of her mouth should ever be taken seriously because her entire agenda is to lead you astray. And see, they're all like this. Like guys think, oh, I'm going to find the right one. I'm going to find a girl that doesn't do that or a girl that doesn't act like that. Well, if you find a woman that doesn't act this way, she's probably not a woman because it is in her nature to behave this way because this is how she survives. And I'll tell you why. A woman is going to tell you something and she's going to want the exact opposite. And why this is actually it's very simple, and the world overcomplicates it. And the world overcomplicates it because they mislead you with everything. They tell you one thing when the truth is something totally opposite. So you have to understand this. Women are constantly filtering. Women are the survival creature. They need a man to survive. The man goes out, attains the resources, and the woman is helpless especially when she has children. She is helpless. So she needs to find a man that is going to be able to provide for her. What this means is that the most important thing to a woman is the man's resources. This is the misconception is every woman and every man in this world thinks that women want loyalty. Yeah, they want loyalty, but they don't want sexual exclusivity. They want resource exclusivity. They want that man's resources. Okay? Because here's the thing. Loyalty, sexual exclusivity holds absolutely no value at all. Resource exclusivity holds value because resources hold value. And what's going on in the bedroom doesn't hold any value. Look, if you are a man that is loyal to her, right? But you are a man with no resources, she cannot survive off of you. She can't. But if you have all the resources in the world, but guess what? You're in the bedroom with other women, a big deal. She's still getting provided for. There's still food on the table. So here's the thing. Women cannot measure your bank account. Women cannot see how much money you make. They cannot figure out all these things. So what they can do, right? They also it's like back in the day, women couldn't see how good you could hunt, or they couldn't see how what kind of animals you could hunt down, or what kind of animals you could eat, or what kind of skills you had, and what kind of, you know, if you were able to cook, and all these different things. So how would they determine this? Well, they would look at the other females and see if the other females are attracted to you. They would see if you have other options. And most likely, if you had other options, it means you were a man that was capable of taking care of women, right? So a woman will look at you and she would go, does this man have other women that are attracted to him? And if he did, then guess what? That would trigger something in her mind that would go, okay, this man is safe. This man is safe. He can provide. He must have resources. So what they do is they backtest. A woman doesn't look at you and go, oh, okay, you drive a Ferrari, you have this, you have that. Okay, fine. No, she does the complete opposite. She'll qualify you. She'll go, okay, you have a Ferrari, you're good looking, fine. And then she starts to test you. She goes, but are you really who you say you are? Do you really have resources? Are you really a man of value? And what she does is she's going to test you. She's going to test you in all kinds of ways. It starts from the very beginning, the first date. You know, she's going to slip something in there that's going to maybe upset you a little bit or try to get something emotional out of you. And you know what kind of man would get emotional? A man with no value. Because a man with no value has no options. And a man with no options would get emotional because he's trying really hard to prove himself to the girl because he has no options. So he never gets laid. So he needs to prove himself or else he's going to have another dry spell. That's what it is. Every time you get emotional, every time your girlfriend sends you a paragraph and you get emotional, and every time, all these things are tests. That's it. She wants to constantly check and make sure that you are a real man. Now, here's the thing. They test before you even go on a date with them. They test right now, like women are testing you right now on social media. Every Instagram post, every TikTok post, you know these girls that say if he wanted to, he would. Yeah, all bullshit. They say they want flowers, they want loyalty. Yeah, that's all a test. It's all a test. They don't want flowers. They don't want loyalty. They don't care. Go give a girl flowers right now. See if she's gonna sleep with you. I promise you, it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna do anything. Because here's the thing: they're gonna say they want flowers. They're gonna say they want this, that, loyalty. They're gonna give you a whole checklist. Women have a whole checklist. You know, when you ask a girl what she wants, she's gonna go down this whole entire list. And you know what this is? That's her eliminating weak options because she can't check the money in your bank account, but she can check how many options you have. And how does she do this? She doesn't even know she's doing this. She's doing this subconsciously. She'll tell you she wants all these things. And you know what kind of guy would give a woman all of these things? is a guy that never gets laid. Think about it. If a woman came up to you, but you already get laid, and you sleep with women even more beautiful than this woman that came up to you, would you give her flowers just because she said she wants flowers? Would you give her loyalty just because she said she wants loyalty? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. But you know how you would? You know when you would? If you never get laid. If you haven't gotten laid in 6 months, you would do whatever it takes. That's what it is. And her subconscious mind knows and understands this. And what happens is she disqualifies you. She looks and she goes, okay, you never get laid. I can't trust you because other women must not be able to trust you. That's why you don't get laid. That's it. She eliminates you. So everything a woman has ever told you she wants, it's all bullshit. The total opposite. You know, it's just the way it is. They say they want a man who's loyal. No, you don't. No, you don't. They're going to tell you this, and then that same girl is going to choose that guy that's cheating on her, that doesn't care about her. You know, that's what it is. It's crazy to me. I just don't understand why everybody doesn't have the system in their mind. Every man needs to understand this. I I go out and like the people I meet just have no structure and they think love is an accident. And it's honestly painful because the truth is that there's a system built by society that is supposed to keep you weak, and they tie you to one woman because what happens then is you have something to lose that can very easily destroy you, right? It's like you are dangerous right now as a young man. You have a young soul, an impressionable mind. You are very, you can morph to anything and you can just adapt and learn, and you're ambitious and driven and your testosterone is all the way up, and yeah, you're in your prime, and you have nothing to lose because you don't have family and you don't have much. And, of course, maybe you have your parents and a few friends, but you really don't have much, which is a blessing because that means that you can go out there and take risks without having much to lose. And this makes you really dangerous, which is an issue because you see the people at the top want to stay at the top. And I don't blame them because if it was you, wouldn't you want to stay at the top? Wouldn't you want to make sure that everybody stays broke if you're rich so that your kids can also stay rich so that they don't have to worry about competition or somebody else taking all that money from them? Like, that's what it is. Rich people don't print money, they take money. People take money from each other. We cannot print money. The government can print money. We all just take from each other. We're all just thieves. End of the day, we're just thieves. We're just convincing people to allow us to rob them. That's it. That's what we are. In exchange for something that we convince them is valuable. Like, none of this shit holds value. None of it really holds any fucking value. What is a piece of metal? Some car. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, it brings me happiness. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I would love to, have every fucking car in the world. But it's like, does it bring any value to your life? No, it just brings value because society has created it to become valuable. Like, what is actually valuable? It's like having a high sperm count, being able to reproduce is valuable. Having an intelligent mind is valuable. Like the things that are natural, that are naturally valuable. Everything else is fabricated. And you got to understand that at the end of the day, everything is about power. And power requires, all these different things, which is money. So all these power hungry people are just trying to control you. And how do they control you? Well, they tie you to a woman because now you have something to lose. Now you have something to lose. You're not going to go against society and start a movement or do something crazy out of the ordinary where a bunch of people love and respect you because you are speaking for something that hasn't been spoken on, or you're going to go out there and you're going to risk all of your money to start a business, because you're not going to do that because guess what? You have a girlfriend now and you're working a 9 to 5 because you think that if you don't, continue renting that apartment that you guys are renting together and one day you lose some money or maybe your business fails, well, oh no, she's going to leave me. Like, that's it. That's what happens. So they want you to be monogamous. Like 98% of the world is monogamous. Imagine if it was the other way around. It's like, imagine if they were telling you, yeah, be with multiple women, build multiple meaningful relationships with multiple women, have 10 women that love you. It's like, you know how powerful you would be? You would be so free because it's like if one girl's giving you drama, okay, she's gone because you got 9 other girls. What do you care? No, they don't want you to be like that. They want you to be involved with one woman because they know that if you're with one woman, that one woman controls you because you don't have any other women. So if you don't have that woman, you don't have the bedroom. And now you're just this man that's walking around with his ball sack totally full and you are fed up and unhappy and all these things. And that's what it is. That's what they want. They don't want you to be powerful. They don't want you to be free because your power and your freedom is a threat to them. And it means that one day they won't be able to stay powerful or free, or maybe not them, maybe their kids or their grandkids. Like these people are trying to secure a legacy for their children and their grandchildren. And they do that by making sure that their family stays in power by keeping everybody else at the bottom. The world ain't fair. For somebody to win, somebody's got to lose. Nobody understands this. Nobody talks about this. Nobody voices this. Where are all these people? Where are all these people? Why is there not a whole system? Why is there not why is I don't understand. Everybody moves through life with this lack of consciousness. Nobody is thinking, nobody is doing. And like my life is it's interesting when it comes to like a lot of these people will look at the way I live my life and they'll think I'm miserable, but I love life. That's the truth. Because you know what love is sacrifice. That's what it is. Like what determines how much you love something is how much you're willing to sacrifice for it. If you're not willing to sacrifice for something, you don't love it. Like the reason why you would sacrifice so much for your mother is because you love her more than anything else. And all these people are depressed. I'm not depressed. I could be more sad than them and be happier than them and be more fulfilled than them because I'm making more sacrifices and I'm more full of love. So it combats all those things. Because you see, I'm sacrificing so much when it comes to life and my mission and my purpose. I'm going totally against what everybody's saying because I believe it and I don't care what I lose. I'm sacrificing everything. I'm putting it all on the line. And you know what? If I end up with nothing one day, fine, because I would rather speak the truth and hopefully voice this to other men so they can live the life they want to live. I will take the bullet in the chest. It's fine. Because once you are once the truth is revealed to you, you can never go back. Ever. Ever. Until men start internalizing this and other men start to understand this, I won't be able to be peaceful with myself. Like that's what it is. But you know what? That's fine. Because I'm conscious and aware and I know what's going on 24/7 and I'm calculated and I have mission and drive and purpose. And every day I wake up with something to do. I'm not working a 9-to-5 job. I make money other ways. Like it is what it is. But the point being is I'm willing to sacrifice so much that the truth is I am more loving than all these people. All these people lack love. I am willing to sacrifice more than all these people. That's why I love to live. That's why it doesn't matter. If I'm happy, great. If I'm sad, great. It doesn't matter. You guys need to get to this point. It makes you very, very powerful. You become more determined than everybody, more willing to do things that other people aren't willing to do things. You walk around with a big set of balls. That's the best way I can put it. You just don't care. Shoot me. What are you going to do? Shoot me. I don't. Fine. They're going to kill me one day? Okay. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what I want to say. What else? What else is there to do? What's the fucking point of this? To be happy, to run around and say, oh, look, let's go to Friday night, let's go to the club and drink some. No. I love this, being conscious and aware and calculating these things and helping people. You got to have purpose. Guys, you got to have purpose. Purpose. You live for happiness. You live for all these emotions. It's like, you're not going to be happy. You just aren't. You aren't going to be happy because you are living for something that isn't big enough. So what happens is that happiness fades. And when that happiness fades, or when that activity that you were doing that made you happy fades, now there's nothing else to be happy for. And now it's like, now what? Looks like with me, happiness, sadness, it's all happiness. That's because I choose it to be happiness, Look, everybody's trying to lead you astray. Women are not the enemy. I don't want you guys to go about life hating women. This is the problem with every red pillar is they really want you to view women as the enemy. They're not the enemy. They just play the game a certain way, and you have to understand how they play it. And the way they play it is by trying to destroy you. That doesn't make them bad. That doesn't make them bad. They are the vulnerable creature. They need to try and attack you to see if you are more durable than they are. That's what they're doing. to see if you are more durable than their other options, because they need to choose the strongest man. If women didn't test and women didn't send you those paragraphs to see how you would react, they would end up with a simp that is just all about them. And you know what the guy that is all about a woman does? Well, he doesn't go out and work. He doesn't take risks. He doesn't make money, which means he's not going to be able to provide for her, not going to be able to provide for the children. And then what's going to happen is the human race is going to end, because there's going to be a bunch of men who are just prioritizing women, and prioritizing a woman doesn't ever get you to the point where you're resourceful and contributing to society, contributing to the world, contributing to consciousness, having a purpose. No, none of that comes from focusing on women. That comes from focusing on God, focusing on something bigger, something greater, focusing on yourself. You need to love the things that can never ever leave you. That means yourself, life, God, purpose, spirituality. These are the things you must invest love into. And then later, when you achieve everything you wanted to achieve, fine. You want to love a woman? I grant it. Okay. But right now, you want to give your love to that instead of giving your love to your future? Because guess what? If you give your love to your future right now, and you give your love to yourself right now, in 20 years, you're going to be ahead of every fucking dude on planet Earth. All of them. And then you're going to be so much more powerful than them that you're going to have so many more resources, and so much more love to give, that then at that point you will be able to love and give love to more people than all those average Joes that didn't take the risks that you did, and didn't focus on themselves and loving their purpose and loving their future as much as you did. You'll be able to do more for the people around you and the people that you care about than they ever could, because you decided to be a narcissistic, selfish mother effer that loved nobody but yourself. And the funny part about it is, the whole time you were the most loving, because you were the one that was willing to hold off on the love. See, you love so much that you're willing to hold off on the love. I'm not going to feel love. That's okay. I'm not going to feel that. I don't need that right now. What I need is to make money, to retire my parents, to take care of the people I love, to have kids and take care of them as well. And I'm going to say, you know what? I don't want to live life for emotion, for happiness. I'm not going to live life for love and spending that time in bed with that girl, cuddling with her. No, I'm going to sacrifice all of that. And you know what that makes you? You're sacrificing more than anybody else ever could. That makes you the most loving guy. That makes you the most loving from the very beginning. You love so much that you are willing to sacrifice the feeling of love. And in turn, your gift, your present will be that in the future, you are going to be able to give that love and experience and feel that love more than every other guy. The longer you suffer, the more you suffer, the longer you sacrifice things, the more you sacrifice, in the end, that is going to determine exactly how much love you can give to the world. So love the world and love life and love yourself and love where you're going, love your future. God. And I wish more men were on this, on a mission. You know, I don't see it much at all. I don't see it anywhere. A lot of guys, you know, they act like they're about it, but they're not. They just aren't. A lot of guys will watch this video and they'll watch my reels, but they really don't care. They really don't get it. And that's fine, because you know what? This ain't for the 400 of you or 500 of you that are going to watch this video. This is for that one guy that knows he's the one. You, motherfucker. That one you. The guy that wakes up every day and knows something that nobody else knows. The guy that wakes up every day and knows he's better than everybody else. The guy that wakes up every day and knows there's something there. And he looks at everybody else. He goes, you ain't trying as hard as me. But there's people around him. Maybe they're winning more than he is. But he knows at the end he's going to pass all of them. That's for this guy. That's for that guy. You just got to keep staying on it, you know? Just stay moving. Stay in motion. Outwork everybody. Outdo everybody. And always, always stay loyal to what you believe in. And screw everybody. Screw everybody who doesn't agree or anybody that's trying to knock you off track. Because guess what? Other people win by seeing you lose. For other people to win, you must lose. So any advice anybody gives you, anything that anybody tells you, they're just trying to see you lose. You know what to do to win. So go out and do it.